Y'all, welcome back to your Daily Dose. I'm your host, Alize, and this is a Daily Dose where you already know we stay doing the most, y'all. Definitely give this video a like. Y'all gonna love this one. Baby, I had to kick it off right, you feel me? Y'all see that? Hold on. Can y'all see it? Had to kick it off right with the Almond Delight. Oh, it rhymes! Whew. Y'all, I'm sorry I didn't post yesterday. I do want to let y'all know that I'm also getting back into my music. So I started I got 2 songs right now. I'm gonna definitely put them in the link in the description below so y'all can go ahead and check that out. I'm trying to get everything orchestrated and stuff like that. So I'm definitely gonna drop this video for y'all. But let's go ahead and let's get into this video, all right? This is called Stop Manifesting or Stop Creating Barriers When You're Manifesting. This right here is good. So basically, barriers are obstacles, right? The reason I say stop creating barriers, for example, with your specific person, right? If you see, like how they say, stop focusing on your circumstances. I believe we create our own circumstances when we start to, our focus is no longer on the desired outcome, the, wish fulfilled, living in the end. And I know because I've done it multiple times, okay? You keep creating obstacles for yourself because you're anxious, you have anxiety, you have fears, you have doubts. And I'm not saying that those things are going to happen, but I want you guys to know that there are many different ways that you can handle these kind of things, right? Love me some bananas, baby. If you really love your specific person, no matter what you see, even if you get upset, even if there's something that is the opposite, that opposes what you're manifesting, you have to remain faithful, okay? Because at the end of the day, you're creating this. At the end of the day, you're the only one that can stop it. You're the only one that can, say, I this is mine or it's not. Because you are the creator. Your thoughts are actively creating things into your reality, okay? And we keep constantly creating more obstacles for ourselves because we allow our negative, I don't even want to say negative. We allow our fears, our doubts. We allow, even when we get anxious, when you get anxiety, I want you to tell yourself, I want you to close your eyes. I want you to breathe in and I want you to breathe out. And I want you to tell yourself that I am safe. It's okay. It's okay to let go. It's okay to trust. You have to keep constantly reminding yourself, okay? Damn, baby, I want a strawberry. Ooh, ooh. I know. It's easier said than done. And a lot of you are gonna be like, y'all gonna be like, well, how am I creating barriers for myself? How am I, if it's showing up in my reality, what am I doing wrong? You're not doing anything wrong. What's in your reality is not what's important. than what's in your heart. What's in your heart is what's most important. What you feel is most important. Your reality, you're going to see things that may be the opposite of what you're manifesting. But does that mean that it's not working? No. No. You're not changing anything outside of you. You're not trying to change the rest of the world, trying to change your specific person, trying to make this person want you, or you're not doing any of that. You're focusing on changing the beliefs that you feel about yourself. You're focusing on the internal. This is a internal job. This is not an external job. You're not changing anybody. You're not changing anything outside of you. What you see, if you see something that opposes what you're manifesting, it doesn't mean to spiral. It does not mean to, it's okay if you get upset. You're human. But it means to persist even while you're upset. Even while you're crying. Even while you're pissed off, you're seeing things and you're like, fuck, I just like you even if you have to have a conversation with yourself and be real with yourself. Like, why do I feel this way? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like this, like, you know, I know that what I want is mine. You know what I'm saying? Have that deep inner conversation with yourself. Go into depth and really get to the root of the problem. And then tell yourself, you know what? This may be happening, right? Like at this moment, but this is not what's true. This is not what feels real to me. Okay? Now, a lot of people on this channel, or some people are going to say, how do you manifest a specific person? You can manifest a specific person. Oh, that's cold. The truth is you can manifest anything and or anyone. Ooh, baby. If you know that's what you want, then by all means, just go for it. One thing I realized when I was manifesting a specific person, or like when I manifest, you know, when it just comes to love in general, you have to love you. You have to love every part of who you are. And that means doing little things that make you feel loved. If it's too much, stop focusing on the SP affirmation. Stop focusing on your specific person. This isn't about your specific person. This is about you. This is about you being able to love all aspects of who you are. This is about you reconnecting with your higher self. This is about you seeing that, you know, I can live the life that I want to live. I can have the things I want to have. I can experience the beautiful things in life. I don't have to keep recreating a sad story. I was watching a video last night, and in the video, the guy said, the reason you might see things like your specific person may be hot and cold, whatever, is because deep down inside, you're not valuing yourself. As people, we have to value ourselves. You know what I'm saying? You want someone else to love you, but do you love you? Do you cherish you? Do you desire you? Are you doing things that make you feel loved? Are you connecting with yourself spiritually, mentally, and emotionally? What things are you doing on an everyday basis that shows that you love yourself? Are you following your dreams? Are you diving deeper into your passions? What are you doing? These are things that you have to ask yourself. Because it's not that you can't have them. Even if the person rejected you, they rejected you because you didn't feel like you were good enough. Okay? You didn't see the value and worth within yourself. When you see the worth and the value of yourself, when you see that you are an amazing person, when you start to believe that, you know what, when I walk into a room, my aura is all that. My energy is all that. I'm beautiful. And I don't need validation from someone else. When you start to feel and start to really accept yourself, even the ugly parts of you, when you start to accept yourself for who you are and start to love yourself and be you, that's when you'll start to see that other people will change their perspective and their view. That's when you will start to see, you will start to realize that, you know, because honestly, love is powerful. Love is beautiful. Love does not hurt. People says love hurts. No, it doesn't. Love is safe. Love is an amazing feeling, especially when it's self-love. When you really start to truly say, it doesn't matter what other people think of me, I'm going to love me unapologetically. You are more than good enough for your specific person. But you have to stop rejecting you. And that's where those barriers that you constantly keep creating. Don't focus on what your specific person is doing. Don't be focusing on their social media. Don't keep looking to see if they text you. Focus on you. Bring the focus back to thyself. It's about you, not them. So good. It's cold though, it's cold. So, and that doesn't mean to be cocky or to feel like you're better than anyone. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is to know your worth. And sometimes when you know your worth, this person didn't see it, you might not even want that person. You might want to manifest someone who does actually, who saw it from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? It happens. It does. And this is a self-love journey. Oh, so fucking cold. So in order to stop creating these barriers, you must always keep going within yourself. Okay? You must always keep reminding yourself that this is the ending. This is what it's going to be. I see it. I'm living in the end. I believe, for example, Tom Holland had spoken to existence that he would be with Zendaya. And look at them. They're together. Nipsey Hussle had said when he saw Lauren London, that was the woman that he was going to be with. And it ended up happening, you know, rest in paradise. So when you, and that's the thing, you write it down, you don't obsess over it, but you allow things to naturally work. There's a lot of things that I see in my reality. I had to have a conversation with myself. I had to say, am I still going to keep focusing on the negative and just keep creating more obstacles and barriers? like, you know, more, you know, bigger barriers that are, you know, that, which I see as, I see something that may seem like an obstacle. It could be a tiny one, but me focusing more and putting my attention on that is just going to keep creating things that I don't want. And the more I keep creating things I don't want, I'm going to keep manifesting things that are opposing from the thing that I desire the most. So I have to really dive deeper into myself and say, you know, ask myself and say, you know, what do I really want? Because right now, this right here, it's upsetting me. It's hurting me. It's making me feel some type of way. But am I going to keep allowing this? Not even allowing it. Am I going to keep my attention on it? Or should I focus my attention on what's in front of me, what I feel, what I know to be true? What you imagine is real, okay? It's not fake. It's not make-believe. It's real. Your imagination creates reality. Albert Einstein said it. Imagination is more important than knowledge. Okay? It creates your reality. Your thoughts are very powerful. Do not waste your time paying attention to things that don't serve you any purpose. Do not waste your time dwelling on things that aren't going to move you forward or push you forward. Do not waste your time allowing yourself to spiral constantly because you keep seeing things that you don't want to see. Take a deep breath in, hold it, exhale, let go, and say, I trust myself. I trust in the higher power. I trust that everything is coming into fruition. The universe has heard me. God has heard me and knows what I want. I don't need to keep allowing this to trigger me. I'm not saying you're not going to see it. It's there, but you know what? I'm going to focus my attention on something that makes me happy. And even if it's not, even if you have to take a step back from creating, even if you have to take a step back from manifesting to regather your thoughts, focus on things that make you happy. Going to the park, going to the movies, going out with friends, writing, you know what I'm saying? Writing, journaling, yoga, exercise, get into a new hobby, things that are going to make you happy. Things that are going to make you not even just only happy, but make you feel good about yourself. Because it's not striving towards happiness. Because people will say you have to be on a high vibration and you have to be happy and all that. No, that's bullshit. Things that make you feel good. And then come back to it. Come back to it. Regroup. Come back to it. Okay? I can do this. This is my world. This is my reality. I call the shots. I am the director. And that's exactly what you are. And you must remember that. You have to keep reminding yourself. You don't give up when the going gets tough. You don't give up. That's not what we do on this channel. We don't give up. When we see things, we say, oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. I like a challenge. Because that's going to make me go harder. That's going to make me go even harder. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't so cold, I'd be happy. But don't allow that little tiny circumstance. You're looking at it like, damn, how am I going to overcome this? With that mindset, you're going to stay stagnant. Okay? No, I take that back. Don't pay attention to that circumstance and tell yourself, be like, ask yourself, you know what? Or no, don't even ask yourself. Say, I can overcome this. I've already overcome this because I've decided to put my attention back on me and not focus on what's outside of me. Okay? What makes you attractive is knowing and valuing yourself. What makes you attractive is being able and is knowing your worth, is having confidence and trusting in the things that you do. And, focusing on you, not focusing on other people, not focusing on the rest of the world, but focusing soulfully on you. That's what makes you attractive. What makes you attractive is knowing your worth. Not allowing people to run over you. Not allowing, putting your foot down, having boundaries. That's what makes you attractive. People see that. And when you focus on your goals and you have drive, you have ambition, that's what makes you attractive. It's not about you having a nice car and having all the money in the world. It's about knowing you, knowing your worth, your value, and believing in yourself, even against all odds. You must believe, even if all your senses deny it. You have to have faith. If you believe it, you'll see it. So believe. You're worthy. Okay? Everything is moving. Everything is changing. Everything is your outcome is already there. It already exists. The more you dwell in your belief that you are already with your specific person, the 3D is going to catch up to that. And you don't have to change a thing. Do not mess with the 3D. Don't try to, if you're already in contact, because I'm gonna make 2 videos. I'm gonna make another video about no contact with SP and contact with SP. If you are already in contact with your specific person and you guys are friends and you like this person, then keep talking to this person. Hang with this person. Don't do no contact rule. Don't do none of that. But literally, like, if you already, this person is already in your life and you guys are already, having a great conversation with each other, whatever the case may be, leave it at that. Just allow the relationship to form. Don't push, don't force anything, because when you force it, you're going to create a barrier, a huge barrier that's going to put your manifestation on hold, because you're trying to force things to happen. The most beautiful relationships manifest is when you just let go and you just allow things to happen naturally. Go with the flow. If you're in no contact with that person, spend time on focusing on you. Don't focus on when they'll contact you. They will. They will. Because everything that you affirm, everything that you feel, whatever you're thinking, they feel that. We are all interconnected with each other. You are not separate from your specific person. Your specific person feels everything that you feel. Trust me, they do. Yeah. Don't try to do all these methods, 3-6-9 rule and all this. And Let it happen naturally. Let them come to you. They're not the prize. You are. Peace.